Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Computer Application in Mechanical and Industrial Engineering. In this video lecture, we'll go over the most important part inside Matlab, which is building a function, a user-defined function, and a second important point, which is how to format our output using f-printf. So let's start by the function. First of all, guys, why to use a function? I know that from the previous video, I can do a script where I can set some commands and run the script and then see the output in my command window or in my workspace. And I can also modify the commands of the script, save them, and use them later on. So I can use the commands of the script as many times as I want, and I can modify them as many times as I want. However, guys, in some cases, I need to build a function where I don't have to go inside its commands and to see them in my script. In other words, I know that Matlab has some built-in functions, like max, for example. Max could be used inside a script in order to return a maximum of a certain row or of a certain row vector or matrix or any series of numbers. I don't have to go inside the built-in function called max and explore its commands or explore its variables. What matters for me is to see the output max only, so that I can use this max inside my script. Which means, guys, if I need to write explicitly some commands in my script to find max, this will take, let's say, over 3 to 4 lines with a certain loop in order to find max. However, I can use this built-in function max directly in my script and will give me the output that I want. In this case, I save time because, in fact, I don't have to write the commands, and I save space or memory. So why I save space or memory? Because in fact, guys, any function has its own workspace, which means in any function there is a certain number of variables that we don't have to go through them or to see them in my workspace. So let's find out how the function can save time and memory. For example, let's use a built-in function and see how this built-in function can save us the time and the memory. For example, here, guys, I have a script called try1, and in this script I'm defining a variable called x, and this is a matrix basically. This matrix is composed of 2 rows and 3 columns. I need to find the sum of x, assuming that I don't have any built-in function called sum. And this sum of x has to return the sum column by column. So what should I do? Basically, I will define y as what? As a row vector, of course, should be composed of 3 columns because I need the sum of column by column. And this y should be equal, the first element of this y will be x11 plus this 4 here. What is the index of this 4? It is x21. Then the second element of y will be x1 second column plus x second row second column. The third element of this y will be x1 third column plus x2 third column. Now this is my y, and then here I will run my code to see this y. So basically this is my y in the workspace, and then let's compare this to yy, which is basically using the built-in function sum of x. So if I run it, I can find that yy has the same answer. This means, guys, that this sum of x, which is a built-in function, can save me time writing the commands. Why? And this is basically a very simple example on a very simple built-in function called sum. Now, if this built-in function is more complex then you should write more than one command, and this will be more complicated. What you should know, guys, here is that this built-in function sum that could be used a lot of time inside my script. So here, guys, I can say also y is equal to the sum of this y. So I can use this sum several times in my script, so I can run it, and then this will be the answer of 5 plus 7 plus 9. I can use it multiple times without repeating any commands, because if I need to do sum of y, I should say y is equal y of 1 plus y of 2 plus y of 3, depending on the size of this y, which means, guys, if I need to find the sum, I have to write a lot of commands each time I'm using this built-in function. Instead, I can use this built-in function several times in my script without losing any time. Not only this, in fact, guys, I don't have to see what are the variables inside the built-in function called sum. Maybe there is some defined variables. I don't have to see them. You can see, guys, in your workspace, these variables are only your variables that you have defined in your script. So you don't have to go to see all the variables defined inside your function, which means I'm saving memory. Because in fact, guys, if you use any variable inside your function, it will not be displayed here in the workspace. If you need to see this explicitly, we need basically to do a user-defined function. Now, what's the difference between built-in function and user-defined function? Built-in function, like sum, like max, like mean, like any built-in function defined in your MATLAB library. User-defined function is your function. So let's say if Yusuf has defined a function in his library, Ali cannot use this function. Ali cannot use this built-in function because, in fact, this function is defined inside the library of Yusuf. Yusuf is the only one who can use this user-defined function. If Yusuf gives this function by USB or by email to Ali, Ali can now use this function if it is available in his current folder here. So that's why, guys, I want you, before doing any function or before doing any script, to go here. Alright? You can see here, guys, that there is a folder with an arrow, and this folder is called Browse Full Folder. I want you to click on this folder and to go to Documents, go to MATLAB, and then save your functions here, guys. Save your function inside Documents MATLAB. So that, guys, if you select this folder, then here you have Documents, MATLAB, and then you can save you any function or any script here, and you can use it again. Because in fact, if this function is not inside your folder, you cannot use it. So you should put all your script and all your function inside one folder. Basically, you can also create a folder inside Documents MATLAB, like what I did here. So I have several folders inside Documents MATLAB. Alright? And you can put the function of this script, for example, inside this folder, so that when you go to this folder, you can run your script, and then your function will be in the same folder. So guys, let's now start by building the first user-defined function together.